Okay, hi everybody. Deirdre here from Deirdre's Reboards. I'm back. I'm gonna try and take this tiny chair beside the girls here. As you can hear, I'm still really out of breath. I've just changed all the girls. Couldn't change Ricky, of course, but she's got her purple on here and at the back, because this is a lupus fight video. I know it's not lupus day, but it's also Sunday best, so we've got our wee purple can on DD here. We've got purple on the girls. Purple bands. Yeah, wee Darley. Daisy. Purple on wee Autumn. And this wee hairband came with this purple for my purple fight. I finally got back to see my rheumatologist Friday, and it wasn't Mr. Gard, it was the girl, and she said that I basically have an overlap of all the lupus, discord, stomatic, Sjogren's, celiac disease. She mentioned about, I don't know, 6 or 7. She wouldn't take me off the steroids, but I'm only on 1, so I don't know how long I have to stay on that. And she wouldn't take me off the autoimmune, it's just, and I was just crying then, and it's just there's nothing at all I could do for the fatigue. And I was saying to her, like, that to me that's just the worst, because days it comes over me and I'm just living my life in the chair. And so yeah, still been crying, still been down, and I have a wedding to go to on Tuesday. And that's why I'm doing this today, because the fight is on. And I have to go and get a tan tomorrow, and my brother's getting married, hook or by crook, I will be there. I'm not going to overdo it this time, because she said that to me. I was explaining what happened at Jim's 60th, and then I was about a week recovering and had serious pains in my legs the next day and all that, when I thought I was in remission. Whew. And they're also giving me heart tests now for the breathlessness, even when I'm talking. I'm going to be wearing a 24-hour thing to monitor the heart, because I've been having palpitations and things. But I think that'll be okay. And I said to her, she kept using the word fatigue, and I said, like, I just tried to explain it to people, but it's just, it's so depressing. I'm even trying to explain it to you now. I said, fatigue to me is like a lovely, gentle little word. Fatigue. And even if you add on, like, chronic fatigue, just, no, it's not happening. It does not describe it. Oh my God. Like, I was up yesterday, I was at a state, up at 6:30, and then we got like 6 hours later and I broke down. I was still fighting it, trying to get up, taking Pro Plus, taking more Pro Plus, which is, each one of those is like a cup of coffee. It's just caffeine. And because if I drink ordinary coffee, it actually makes me sick. Oh my goodness, drinking tea, energy drinks. And there's just some days nothing works and you just can't physically, you're out of breath just going to the toilet. And I'm like, what's going on? This is getting worse. Whereas from I came out of hospital, most of all the pain and the joints and all that has gone. Obviously it'll come back if you overdo it. And I was saying to her about my brother's wedding coming up, and she basically said, like, I'm really sorry, but even whenever you feel you're in remission, you can't go crazy like that on the dance floor. It's like all this boom and bust thing that I learned in pain management. If you do too much in one day, you've had a boom and you feel great. You're like, oh, I got all that ironing done, but then you're going to suffer for it. I says to her too, but the memory getting worse. And about me not even remembering. One night when I had my granddaughter was sleeping over with me, and I was waiting for her to come in, and she was waiting for me. I was supposed to phone her. Thank goodness she was only up the street, and she was inside her friend's house that her granny lives beside and knows for like 30 years or something. So that was okay. And then everybody was out looking for her at 10 o'clock. She's only 8 years of age. And then she caught on herself and came home. And then, of course, the minute she said, nah, I think it's quite late, whatever, and then I understood, and I remembered, I was like, You know, this is bad. This is really getting bad. And of course, that depressed me. But yes, today is called the lupus fight, and the fight is on. And as I says to her, fatigue, yep, as I was saying, a gentle little word. I says, it's just not like that. It's like, even when I was waiting to go in and see her at the hospital on Friday, I was just, oh my goodness, she was running late, and I was sliding and sliding down the chair. I really couldn't even help myself, and people were looking, and I was talking out loud to him, and I was like, I just can't do it much more. I have to just lie on that floor. That's the way I feel. And I was really almost crying outside. Everybody was on their chairs beside me and sort of looking, and I was like, you know, I just feel so ill. I feel like I'm dying. Most of it was all just exhaustion, and I said to her, like, it should be called like a horrible skin body wrenching death like exhaustion or something, you know, indefatigable exhaustion, you know. If any of you could find another word out there, you know, that would describe it better, I'd love to hear them, because you're suffering from fatigue. No, that's not what you suffer from with any of those chronic things, fibromyalgia, lupus, Sjogren's. So, anyway, yeah, that was good news. And then the day before that, we ended up talking about my past husband, and went into all that, and I was trying to say to her, I don't think that's not what my depression's about right now, but anyway, she's the counsellor, so I did it, and before I knew it, the hour was up, and she was actually laughing her head off a whole lot of times through it, and thought things that I was saying was hilarious, and she was like, you could be really, really funny. And I was like, yeah. You know, I don't get a chance to be. And she also thought that me and my sisters should have a day, at least once a month, on our own. But I was saying, I mean, we used to go out to town once a week, and it would have been just us, and so we could sort of talk about granny things and grown up daughter things, and our past parents, and just stuff like that. And there's a lot of young ones now, which we love seeing, of course. It's Friday Club, and I adore seeing the children. I never want that to end, but I mean, it was her that said it. She feels that I need that time with my sisters, and we've arranged now again to go to this film that's apparently brilliant, and I think it's like 3 weeks ago, I think the first time it was mentioned, so I'm just waiting to see how long that goes on. You know, my daughter said it as well. The other girls, in fairness, at the Friday Club weren't there since. So yeah, we're all supposed to be going to that, and that was arranged before a different film that all the Friday Clubbers were supposed to go to, or even the three sisters, and it didn't happen. And I was saying to my counsellor about that too. I said, like, it's not going to happen, but we'll see. I'll just mention it, and so I'm just going to leave it there now and see. So I'm really, really sorry. I know there was people concerned about me, and I wasn't even answering people's messages. I mean, I literally didn't even have my phone. I was sleeping in my bed most of the time, or on the chair, and I was trying to keep in contact with some people. I'm sorry to Tricia, Bree Lee, and everybody for the missed calls that I've seen. And I will start getting back to people now. The fight is on! And I will be at my brother's wedding, hook or by crook. That's what we say here. Hook or by crook on Tuesday. I will dance a little. I will learn to accept that I have to take things in steps. I'm going now to just do a wee bit of ironing. And I'm so glad I got all these girls in their purple today for the lupus fight. Ricky has some purple here, different colours. As I said, I can't really change her at all, so I wasn't even going to attempt that. I just changed her bows. See her lovely plaits? Well, you can't see it from there, but Ali did that. Yeah, she's going to take care of her for me. And so, just say a little prayer. Anybody who has a couple of spare minutes out there, that the fight works, that I can learn to get everything balanced out now and just be sort of on a steady road with my medication and with what I can do. And she also said, the doctor, that what I mainly need to do is get off that chair, even if it means just getting a bit of fresh air, walking around the block. So I'm definitely going to have to try and find money to get that treadmill. That would be better, I think, in the house, and then just get it out on dry days when you can, because Derry here, it's like you'll have 10% out of the year dry days, and the rest is rain, whether it's summer, spring, whatever. Anyway, we're past 10 minutes, so thank you everybody that stood by me. Please give me another chance, and I'll try and get at least one video up each day. Love you all so much. Thank you so much for all your support. Fight is on! Go Lupas fight!